And I'm sorry if that was a little too passionate. Oh my goodness. I be wanting to keep it cute. But I can't. I wanted to read something real quick, because in this video, guys, we are going to talk about a comment that I received. And I love when you guys leave comments, because it gives us all something to think about and something to chew on. So we want to chew on this comment. Let me pull the comment up. So I wanted to do this before we start driving, because obviously I can't read and drive, right? Right. Now this comment was left by, and I'm going to say this because she had wrote this in another comment, but she's in her 70s, okay? Because I have a point I want to make with that, with the age part. So she says, I have been watching your videos since you were going through your tenant evictions. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much. Life happens to us as we are on our way to freedom from worrying about a paycheck. Your goal of paying off your house is a good goal, but not great. Your budgets are good, but not great. Your net worth is good, but not great, according to what you make. Don't look back one day and say, I could have done better with that great income. You make enough to become a billionaire in your lifetime. Get big goals and reach for the stars. Paying off a mortgage is not an asset, it is a liability, giving all that money away. Travel is great while you are healthy enough to enjoy it, but with moderation. You are losing the investment power of that money. Live big, spending someone else's money, not yours. Get a great financial coach who will tell you where the leaks are so you can move a little faster. You are still thinking immediate gratification, and it is keeping you in a 9-to-5 job that can fail any day. So that's what we're going to talk about, that comment. Wow, there's a lot in that comment to chew on. But let me get to driving, and I'm going to pick you guys up a little later, okay? Okay, guys, we're back. And like I said, there's a lot to unpack from that comments, but we're going to try our best to remember. Maybe we can reference it every now and again when we're like this. But basically this. You know, I love cruises. And you know what I love about a cruise? I love the fact that the cruise is never about the destination. It's all about the journey. And it's all about maximizing the time you have while getting to that destination. It's about having fun. It's about giving you whatever it is you need, however you need it, because the cruise offers so many different things, activities, events, ideas, places for you to get exactly what you need. Not the next person, because we all have different things we like about cruises. Some of us like casinos, some of us like the food, some of us like the entertainment, some of us like the spas, the relaxation. There's just so many different things, so you get to custom tailor it to you, right? That's what I love about a cruise. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey. And the thing about the journey is you could be taking a cruise where it's going to end, or it's going to get to Amsterdam, right? Amsterdam could be a stop on a cruise. It could be the stop or the final stop. It doesn't matter. I love the fact that you can get to that destination, that stop, so many different ways. You can have two different ships who go to Amsterdam, and one can get there by way of Spain, Barcelona. Another one can get there by way of Gibraltar, the UK, right? So no two journeys have to be the same, right? But you're going to end up at that same destination. That's what I love about a cruise. And I feel like our financial journeys are very much the same way. It's a journey. It's not about the destination. I have this destination that says my house is going to be paid off. That's my destination. How I choose to get there can vary wildly. not just from person to person, but with myself from year to year. From year to year, I can choose to do different things. But at the end of the day, the goal, the destination is going to be the same. The house is going to be paid off. Even if you choose to take 30 years to do it. Even if you choose to take 45 years. And you might say, well, how does somebody take 45 years to do it? This is how. Refinance. Refinance and pull the equity. Refinance and pull money to do something else with the money. Whether it's buying another property. Whether it's fixing up the property you live in. Whether it's taking a mother freaking vacation. That's how you will stretch a 30-year loan out to a loan to infinity, right? I'm choosing something different for me. You know, I had a friend, right? And I remember one time she had decided to go to Ghana and take her daughter with her. And then shortly after that, she had decided to go to Greece and take her daughter with her. You're dying, battery. Hold on. She didn't have the money to pay for these trips. So she put the trips on a credit card. And y'all know me. I'm very debt averse. I'm very much the person who says, if you can't afford to do it, and if you don't have a plan for the immediate future to do it, don't do it. I don't finance my vacations. I pay for them. I may pay for them over time or whatever have you, but I have the money to pay for my vacations, right? So I was very judgmental of her. Like, girl, maybe you shouldn't go on the trip. But she was very adamant about creating memories in the moment, and she'll pay it off later. She'll figure it out later. She's going on this trip. So she used her credit card. She took her daughter and she went on this trip. Ghana, I was there because it was so much so I wasn't going to go to Ghana. And she let me come. Well, she didn't let me come. The group, her and my other friends agreed for me to come. One person paid for my flight. And these people know I got money. They know. But I was like, I ain't spending my money to go to Ghana. But they wanted me to go, which I'm so grateful for. And so, oh, don't cry, y'all. My one friend bought my plane ticket to Ghana. Last minute, tomorrow. We leaving next week. So the plane ticket was in the thousands of dollars. And then she was like, I can stay in a room with her and her daughter. We're all going to stay together. That's how much they wanted me to be a part of that experience. And so I did that, right? And her and her daughter, they went to Greece. They had an epic Greece vacation. And they had the time of their lives. They lived out a dream. Now. Not in moderation. Now. And I'm not recommending that this is what you do. I'm not recommending go and max out credit cards. I'm not. Y'all know I still am debt averse. I still don't believe in things like that. But what I will say is, even if you chose to use a credit card to pay some of the vacation or whatever it is, and you have a plan to pay that thing off, and you're going to exercise restraint and restriction in the future till you get to get that monkey off your back to pay that thing off, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not. Because some of you were here back then. We didn't know he was going to cry. But some of you, and I appreciate you guys, but some of you were a part of this channel. Y'all watch these videos. Y'all see my trip to Ghana with my friend Kim. And some of you know that when my friend Kim turned 50, she passed away. She passed away. And that debt was still on her credit card when she passed away. But you know what didn't pass away with her? The memories that she created going to Greece. Because see, she didn't have next time to go to Greece. She didn't have, I'll go when I save up this money. She didn't have it because she didn't have the time. She didn't have the time. I responded to this comment about, I'm happy. And she responded, happiness is fleeting. Happiness is not fleeting. Money is. Happiness is not fleeting. If you if you play your cards right, if things happen. But I'm not going to say happiness is any more fleeting than money. Money is fleeting. I'm not going to say happiness is any more fleeting than life. Life is the absolute one thing that is fleeting, period. No matter what you do. You can do some things where money may not be fleeting. You can set yourself up. You can do some things where happiness may not be fleeting. But life is not going to be everlasting. It's not. It all comes to an end. Okay? And let me tell you, when my friend passed away unexpectedly at 50, her life insurance policy paid over 100 times what the cost of that trip to Greece cost. So them credit cards were paid off ultimately at the end of the day. At the end of the day, right? The day will freaking end. It will. Credit cards are paid off. And then some. And then some. We talk about leaving legacy behind. We say, you know what? We're going to save our money and store it in these places that say they're going to give us all this interest and make all these returns on our money till the end of time, because I'm going to leave legacy. I'm going to leave generational wealth, which, y'all, it takes way more than you saving your paycheck to leave generational wealth. Generational wealth can't even be defined in what you were able to invest with the measly bits of dollars that you earned through a paycheck. It can't be. But it's cute to say we're leaving generational wealth. That's cute. That's cute. Walmart money is generational wealth. Oprah money isn't even generational wealth. Walmart money is generational wealth. Walgreens, CVS, brands like that. As we found out, P. Diddy's money isn't even generational wealth. Look how fleeting that became. R. Kelly money wasn't even generational wealth. Look what happened there, right? But it's cute to say, we're doing all of this to leave generational wealth. But are we though? Are we though? A life insurance policy can definitely help. Still not going to be generational, but it will definitely help. Her babies are taken care of with the policy that she was able to leave behind. Unfortunately, she had to pass away to do that. But unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, we're all going to pass away. I would say fortunately, since we know that. Since we know we're all going to pass away, we can all do something about that. We can. The comment said, with the money I make, I could be a billionaire. That's not true. That's not true. We can do the math on that. You can run any calculator, any investment calculator, and see that that's not true. You can put in my whole income and say, you know what? When I get paid, I don't even spend any money. Instead, I invest it all, which we all know is not even realistic. But we can say invest it all. And you can run a calculator and see how much will it take for that money to turn into billions. Even if you say take the money and start a business. Start a business. Everybody wants to start a business. Take the money and start a business. How much luck, how much timing, how much venture capitalists will have to invest in your business, even with all the money you put in your business, for it to turn over $1 billion. We see very successful people every single day start very successful companies that still don't make $1 billion, okay? Which is going to be your highest rate of return. We see people who are very really very good at investing in the market, and they still have not invested enough to bring in $1 billion. So that's not true. And I say that because, guys, we can't chase dreams. We have to chase facts. If you're going to chase anything, you can't chase stuff that just has no way of ever becoming true. You can't. And I'm going to say one thing that I do not like, because I told you what I love about cruises, but let me tell you what I don't like about America, because this is where I live. What I don't like is the spirit of competition, the spirit of comparison. Oh my goodness. My job sent out an email not too long ago. And the email told us where we stood. Basically, it said, for me, and this is going off of memory, it told me where I stand right now. I'm at like 1,050 billable hours. These are hours that I billed. Because my company, they would love for me to bill more hours. We're like lawyers, right? We get paid by what we bill. So they try to incentivize us to bill more hours. They said, even if you work just an hour extra a week, 2 hours extra a week, this is what you could do. This is what you could have. And they show you what you could have if you do that, as far as what you bring home. They even say if you can bill over, I think they might have said 1,800 hours. I say for the year, if you can bill over 1,800 hours, we will also, on top of that, we will give you this wonderful, lucrative bonus. I never take them up on their offer because I don't care. I value my time. I value my vacations more than I value a dollar, more than I value a paycheck. I don't care. But this is where I felt they kind of left a bad taste in my mouth and other people's, because I talked to some other people. Then, all right, so you tell me I billed like 1,050 hours. Then they said 71% of your peers have billed more hours than you. They have billed 1,151 hours. 71%. Why are you comparing me? Because innately in America taught us to be reactionary when it comes to comparison. They taught us to be in competition innately. Like they brainwashed us with this spirit of, even if I don't think that's what I'm doing, just throwing that number at me may make me feel like, ooh, 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 let me do better. It makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing good, but I'm not doing great. Anytime somebody, your job, gives you a review and says you're not doing great, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like, if it's not great, it's wrong. It's horrible. Chase for greatness. Chase greatness. I'm not doing that, guys. Even when they tell us as Black people, in order to compete, you have to be 10 times better. That is not incentive to me. I'm already tired, but you're telling me I need to be 10 times more tired just to be in the competition. You win. You win. You're doing good, but you're not doing great. I'm not chasing greatness, guys. You cannot dangle the carrot of greatness in my face and think I'm gonna run faster. I'm not. I'm not. Because at the end of the day, I'm happy. I feel like in your 20s and your 30s is the years for you to figure it out. Figure it out. You got to debunk the myths. The myths tell you you want a white picket fence. The myths tell you you want a mansion. How many of us said when we were kids, when I grow up, I want a mansion? We don't even know what the word mansion means, but we want a mansion, right? 20s and 30s. We're getting those mansions. We're getting the white picket fences. We're getting the things. Just to realize that those things aren't making us happy. Just to realize that we have the things, but now we're so miserable because we're running to keep up with the things. We have the mansion, just to realize that now the mansion takes this much time to clean, takes this much time to upkeep, just takes too much out of us, out of our lives. We don't want the mansion anymore. We want to downgrade. Our 20s and 30s is to figure that out. And our 40s is to get to, once we figure it out, to stop getting the plan in place and walking the plan. That's what it is. I figured out who I am and what moves me and what makes me happy. For me, it is travel. It is. Travel is my jam. Okay? For me, chasing $1 billion does not make me happy, because what I know is, while you can have all the money stacked up in your bank account, it's never going to be enough, because there's always going to be another level. There's always going to be, what happens when we reach a goal? We reset goals. We define new goals for ourselves. It's a never-ending chase. It's a never-ending thing. Oh, and then let me just say this part one too. She also said it's keeping me in a 9-to-5 job. What, that could fail any day? Such is life. Such is life. Such is life. But again, a lot of you guys who know me already know that I am at a point in my life at 48 years old that if I wanted to, I could retire today. I could. And I have enough money to live off of today. But I'm choosing to keep a 9-to-5 job, because for me, honestly, I feel like a 9-to-5 job isn't what the enemy is. Yeah. We see all these soft life videos. We see all these videos about people saying, you know, they don't work anymore, blah, 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 blah. So it feels like a great fantasy to have. And I once had that fantasy too, like a month ago, 2 months ago. But honestly, now that I have this thing where it's like, oh, wow, my house is about to be paid off. The idea of having a 9-to-5 is actually exciting to me, because what it actually means to me now is when I get paid, all that money is mine. For real. You know, we say we set this first goal to become debt free. And once we do, we're like, oh, wow, more money to us. Pay off our car. Oh, wow, more money to us. Pay off our student loans. Oh, wow, more money to us. Now it's like I'm about to pay off my house. Oh, my goodness. It's almost like my whole paycheck is mine. My whole paycheck, because we also know that my house makes money. My house makes enough money to pay all of the bills, all of the things. So technically, my whole entire paycheck gets to be mine. So now I want to keep a paycheck. I love having a paycheck. I love having a paycheck. I don't think it's the job that becomes the problem. It's not feeling like you have any control over your time that becomes the problem, right? And luckily, I work in a field that's flexible. I work in a field, and it's been this way for over 20 years. 20 years. I know, fail any day, 20 years later. And 20 years later, right? That gives me so much flexibility that I feel like I do have control over my time, because while I still have a job, I am living as if I am retired, hence the vacations. So I also share with you guys on this channel that I started this channel when I turned 40. Because I did say that to myself. I said, girl, you make a good income and you really don't have anything to show for it. You really aren't doing, you're doing okay. You're doing okay, but you could do better. That's why I started this channel. So I got a very late start on this financial journey, on this financial game, okay? At that point, I think I was maybe doing probably maybe 3% to 401k. I had taken out all of my money from my 401k at one point. I did all of the things you probably should not do, but I did it. And guess what? I'm okay. I'm okay. I started so late, but guess what? I caught up. And my catching up may not look great to you, to the untrained eye. It may not look great. But for me, it is so great. It's beyond great, because I started from a place that they said you can't start at because it's too late. And I'm here to tell you all it's not too late. It's never too late. And I'm here to tell y'all that whatever they told you you needed was a lie. They told you you needed $1 million to retire. It's not true. They tell you you need $1 billion. It's not freaking true. You don't need that. But what you do need is your sanity and your peace of mind and your freaking life. You need your breath. What good is your breath if everything you do is stressing you out just so that you can be in competition with the next person, just so that you can have somebody on the internet look at you, judge you, and tell you you're not great. You are. You're great. You are great. You are enough. And all that you're doing is enough. And yes, we can always do better. We can always do better. But it's okay, because you're enough, you're here, and you're winning. You are still alive. I just had somebody in my family, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I was close to the person or anything, but the person was in my family. He's not here anymore because he took his own life. This is what this world will drive you to if you let it. You have your breath, y'all. Any day that you have your breath, you are doing way better than so many who aren't here anymore. My friend Kim is not here anymore. But while she was here, she did great. She did great. My goal to pay off my home is great. Because I have a grandparent, a grandmother who is still here, and their house was taken from them. They didn't have the chance to pay off a home because they could not afford the home, because life happened and the home was taken away. My choice to pay off my home is great. My choice to live my life and go on vacations is great. My choice to remain debt-free and not play this game with other people's money is great, because I don't owe anybody anything. Nobody can turn around and change their mind and put their hand out and say, give me it back. And if you don't, I'm taking all that you think you have will now be mine. All that you think you have will now be mine, because I'm going to stress you out so much that you're going to have nothing left, and you're going to wish you didn't even have your breath left. We're doing great. I mentioned at the beginning of this, I said she's 70 because she said, because of her age, she's giving, she's telling me what she doesn't want me to regret. But this is the thing. Everybody's going to have a different 70-year-old story, a different 80-year-old story. Because guess what? Then I started seeing other YouTube videos from people who were 70 and 80 talking about what they regretted. And what they regretted was not spending more of their money when they were younger. That's what they regretted. They regretted not having more valuable time, creating valuable memories with the people they loved when they were younger. That's what they regretted. They regretted not traveling and seeing the world when they were younger, when they had more energy, when they felt a little better in their body. That's what they regretted. And I believe them. I believe them. I'm living my great life now with a plan, with a financial plan. And yes, every day we're going to strive for better. When we learn better, we're going to do better, and we're going to figure it out a little better. And had this comment give me some concrete things I could do outside of pay a financial advisor, outside of that, I would take them up on that. But it didn't. It just told me I'm doing good, but I'm not doing great. That's what it told me. And what I try to do on this channel is I try to give you real actionable things that you can do on your road to greatness. That's what I try to do, and that's what I will continue to do. And we're going to do this stuff together, and we're going to achieve these financial goals together. And no matter if somebody else thinks they're good enough, not good enough, great enough, not great enough, or just a waste of everybody's time, at the end of the day, we all have to live somewhere, and the place that I'm going to live is going to be paid for.